Reaper from Reaper Gaming here, coming to you with Game 6 of the NFC qualification round of the third World Series tournament. Now, you're probably wondering why the heck I canceled it on Wednesday. Well, scheduling, anyways, is the cause. So, this game will be between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. And if the other team wins, they will be facing the 49ers. So to recap, the Seahawks defeated the Bears. They'll be going up against the Vikings, who defeated the LA Rams. The Panthers, who defeated the Saints, will be going up against the Cowboys, who defeated... Oh, dear Lord. Give me a sec. They defeated the Commanders. And the 49ers defeated the New York Giants. So, let's begin, shall we?
This is the National Football League.
The Battle of the Birds.
Good one in the NFC. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Tomorrow will be Game 7, and Monday will be Game 8, and all the rest of the next week will be AFC qualification games.
Along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Should be a fun one. Off we go on EA Sports. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons set to take over here on offense, and they are led by their veteran. It's Kirk Cousins.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense he's going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 1. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. They'll try to sneak it here, and he is going to have that Falcons first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, They'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. Trying to find someplace to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
It's 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. He's going to find his receiver in Robinson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. The defense could not bring him down. It's a catch and run of 22 yards.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And you'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle. Now a second down throw for Cousins. That's caught left side by Pitts. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Cousins now will get this to Pitts once more.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short game.
And he'll be taken down. Do we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Atlanta.
Cousins. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Falcons. Zane Gonzalez on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Eagles nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time, led out by the last pick of the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted 1st overall, or in his case, with the very...
And he will score! Mike Evans! Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The fuck? Forgot.
Wrench in the operation there. Snap wasn't great. Kick is pulled. It is no good. So the Eagles will use their first time out here And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Carter on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Falcons offense ready to see the football for the second time. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Slot man going to move in motion left. Open man down the field, Mooney. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. It is a big play there for the Falcons. 47 yards. On the give, it's Robinson.
Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
Cousins now on 2nd down. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver on the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And that one not returnable, out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Get set, get set. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that one. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 20-yard line.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Complete. Former 1st-round pick Drake London with the catch. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
Get set. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point.
And he will score! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And, Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Elliott on now for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Eagles earn the lead by the score of 13-7.
Falcons 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Carter on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line, and that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Cousins. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now, Cousins. Out wide, that's Robinson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
This is 3rd and 6. Throwing now, Cousins. And fortunately, he's able to cover it up. It will not be a turnover, but will go down as a sack. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happens to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times. And I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's caught. Saquon Barkley will mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 16 yards on the game and a quick 1st down.
For the longest time, when you threw the ball to the running back, it was a check down, a swing, a screen, kind of short underneath where you relied on guys to run after the catch. But that's not the case anymore. So many of these running backs around the league, Mike, they can run routes, in a lot of cases, almost as good as the wide receivers.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
Xavier Watts on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
One quarter in the books. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter. They have it 2nd and 4 coming up. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Throwing up top. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. That's his 2nd touchdown tonight.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense. And then, what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot. And with timing and accuracy like that, leads to 6.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. Cousins now to throw up. Oh, the ball's out. It appears like the Falcons were able to get back on that one. Ball stays with Atlanta.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's a toss left side for Robinson. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
This is one of those plays where you got to give them some love after. Let them know it was an outstanding run and all of that. Because even though it was a good effort, it's hard not to feel disappointed, Mike, that they somehow weren't able to move the chains.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Cousins going to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. One of the tight ends in motion right. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
There's the tight end, Greg Calcaterra.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down. Now a give to Barkley, running right.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and inches. They'll go with the sneak. And that'll move the sticks. That's a first down. Down to the 45-yard line.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 45.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory. And certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short. Gets a fresh set of downs. And now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Open man downfield. That's London. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
That's a
Big-time play for Philly. And even 30 yards.
At the 15-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 2nd down, Purdy. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he's got another one. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously feel good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles tack on one more to their lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Pitts is the man in motion. Quick throw on the uphill is batted away. That is incomplete. It's a good job of recognition by the defense, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
To the right, that's Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
On the return, it's Covey. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They send Evans in motion. Purdy now on 2nd down. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line. It's a big-time play for Philly. 33 yards.
I half expected to see all 11 defenders piled up on top of him at the end of this run to make sure he was finally down, because a couple times on that run, it looked like he was cooked, only to shake off those tackles and keep on cooking.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. And he will score again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. This is quickly turning into a virtuoso performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
34, Falcons 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Falcons offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Second down, Cousins. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Jalen Carter gets up for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Eagles offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Going up top for Evans. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
Play fake. Now it's Purdy. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Big-time play for Philly. 37 yards. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. Wow, that 360 spin helping him out there. He'll get forward, and we'll give him 6 yards on that one.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. In this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front.
It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Philadelphia.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way. Every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he cannot be stopped. He is into the end zone again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He is having a performance to remember. There is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. So his
in my
big
throat.
First half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Elliott now. for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will add one more onto their big lead.
41, Falcons 7.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Carter on the return. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Falcons offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he skips away nicely for that first defender. It's a pickup of 5.
Adoree Jackson on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
So, halftime, straight ahead. And we'll send it to Scott Hansen as the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. I bet you it was 2 different, very different, in fact, halftime speeches from the head coaches as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. Here's a run to begin this third quarter, and he'll get forward for about a yard. Xavier Watts there to bring him down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Hayden Ellis in on that stop.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Third down, they need 5. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That one taken in by London. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
It's a gain of 11. And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. And they'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picks up the 1st down.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
With the RPO, this is out to Evans. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Philadelphia.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
3rd and short. Purdy. To the right side. Caught by Goddard. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara. Players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. On is Elliott to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles stretch things out even further.
The score, Eagles 48, Falcons 7. Jake Elliott to kick
So following the
off for
score,
Philadelphia.
here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Carter on the return. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard
Falcons offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Right here with Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Play action now. It's Cousins. That's to Mooney. Complete right side. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 5. They'll go again with Robinson. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
On first down, right back to Robinson. That's a short pickup to about the 47. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Sorry,
Second
folks,
down
my
and
cell
8.
went off. If you didn't hear it. Eagles scored again.
Now, this looks like a design run. He'll step up and run this. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Falcon first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yard.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
Yeah, in this game, Mike, it's just gotten away from them here in the third quarter. They're pretty much forced every possession. They're going to have to go for it and really press the issue, and I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough to get them back into this one.
The Eagles offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. Down the field, it's Evans.
He's gone. He's gone.
And he will go all the way. Mike continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Eagles add on to their already sizable lead.
Falcons 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. And here's Bijan. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
He's brought down at the 31. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 31, here is 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to be close to a 1st down, up to the 34.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to have that Falcons 1st down. Able to convert, albeit not by much. But they get it on 3rd and a yard.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. 4th quarter begins on the ground. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
3rd and long. Cousins now. Moving left, And they'll get maybe a yard out of that. Not nearly enough. It'll be 4th down.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
The Falcons send their punting unit out. They'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Whoa! And he's shedding backwards, left and right, winding his way for a gain of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Purdy going to keep this one himself. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy. He'll get that out to Barkley. Give him 14 on that one. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he goes through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Once again, it's Barkley.
He gone. He gone.
And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Today will actually be a doubleheader, folks. After this, it'll be Buccaneers, Cardinals.
Greg in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Falcons 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20
now,
to the 21. That's where the drive will
a
begin.
new rule. Well,
Here comes the Atlanta offense.
qualification round is not part of the main tournament. So once the round is over, I can still rotate the roster around. However, once the wild card series round begins, a game, that roster is locked, as with the previous one.
Starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
However, I cannot.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Jalen Carter in there to drop him.
I can.
A 5 to start the drive.
I
A
can.
largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the 4th quarter.
I'll tell you after the game.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Jalen Carter getting in for the sack, and now it's going to be 3rd and a mile.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Cousins going for it all. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Eagles offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. Open space to the 35. And he'll be taken down. They gained 18 yards on that one. 1st down, Philadelphia.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 7. London brought in motion. On 2nd down, Purdy. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Needing the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the fourth down conversion.
First and 10 at the 20-yard
Little
line.
test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew it was coming and still couldn't stop it.
He isn't gone.
He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Here's Barkley. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He has come alive after the break.
Now, I've only done 2 touchdowns, folks. The rest are all the AI.
So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. He draws every
I've only done 2
the NFL record
of these
6.
chapters. I've only done 2 touchdowns.
Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles are going to extend their lead.
The score, Eagles 69, Falcons 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Falcons offense ready to get back to work.
As you know, tomorrow will be a doubleheader. It'll be, as I said, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Packers, Lions.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start on the ground with Algier. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
They'll go right back to Algier. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, from the 32 now, here's first and 10. They motion the slot man left. On first down, they'll stay with Algier on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He was brought in by Zach Braun. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a second and 9. We'll go again here with Algier. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
That's caught. It's Charlie Warner, the tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Second down, they need 3.
And it's over.
So it's a win here for the Eagles. And they made it look easy. Their offense playing at about as high a level as they can play. Defense wasn't too shabby either. And they're able to get the victory here by a rout in grand style. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.
And in a shocking 69-7 victory over the Atlanta Falcons, we shall be seeing a Madden 18 wildcard rematch between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, as to what I was trying to say earlier is that the qualification rounds, I can still shift players around, but only after I am done with said round. Once the actual tournament begins, the rosters are locked. I can't shift them around until said team or teams are eliminated. So, with that out of the way, I'll see you tomorrow for our doubleheader of the last 2 games of the NFC side of the qualification games. Also, for the schedule, Game 1 of the AFC qualification round will be between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. So, until then, I have been Reaper from Reaper Gaming, saying see you next time, football fans. Peace.